All right, I'm back in Austin, Texas, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. I've been gone for 15 years, lived here for 15 years, and this is where my creative life began. I wrote my first book here, The Flying Boy, Healing the Wounded Man, and I opened the Austin Men's Center, one of the first of its kind, and then decided it was time to take off and go see some more of the country, and so my wife and I lived in other places. But what I want to say is Austin is so special and has made my career, so of course I'd want to come back. One of the things that I loved about Austin is the hike and bike trail. Used to be called Town Lake hike and bike trail when I lived here. Now it's called Ladybird hike and bike trail. But I would walk that trail endlessly, hour after hour, wishing I could write a book, thinking about writing a book. And in some ways those walks around that trail was what gave me the time and the peace of mind and serenity that I needed to come up with the idea for several of my books that were written here. See, the other thing about Austin is that it has always been very progressive and interested in psychological, personal, and spiritual growth. So also, when I was here before, it was like a capital of recovery. And so I wrote several books in the field of recovery and men's issues. Later I went on to write about relationships and most importantly anger work, codependency, adult children of alcoholics. But all these things were offered en masse here in Austin. And so it was a really, really good place to work on these issues. Somebody asked me one time, didn't I grow up in Alabama? And I said I sure tried to, but it really took moving to Austin to grow up and come into my own. And so it's still that way. I mean, there's lots of great therapists here, lots of great artists here, you know, and I hope you'll take advantage of it. Okay, the other thing that I like so much, and I'm sure if you've ever been to Austin, you found as much charm in it as I did, and it's called BookPeople. It's one of the biggest independent booksellers in the country. Beautiful, beautiful store. And I have to say it was really what made my first book a bestseller. They gave me all the support in the world, and I've been supporting them with readings and book signings there for a long time and hope to be doing it again. The other place that I love to eat and shop is Whole Foods. Again, when I first was writing in Austin, Whole Foods was this tiny little store, and I remember them saying that they were going to offer shares, that they were going to incorporate. And the shares were like nothing, but none of us had any money back then. And whoever did is now wealthy and lives in a big house over in Westlake probably or somewhere. But Austin is the city that I love, and it's the city that I've come back to. And we're going to be sending out notices and information about books and workshops, and thanks to Bill Bruzy at the Austin Men's Center, he's letting me have an office there where I see clients who fly in for 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day long sessions with me. So there'll be more to come, and if you get to Austin, I hope you'll look me up and I'll buy you a cup of coffee at BookPeople.